Hey, I'm Dante,
And hey, I'm Dana.
and welcome to the Dante Show.
Let me touch you, can make it body I'ma make it bad for it, bad for it. When I tease you, you ain't gonna wanna stop. I'ma make you bad for it, bad for it. I know you want my body and I will make you bad for it.
What's up, everybody? This is Dante. I am on location. As you know, I'm normally at home chilling by myself, but I'm now really out at a Taco Tuesday. So it is Taco Tuesday with the Dante Show, and I am here. As you can see, I'm solo bolo because things are different. You know, the pandemic is. I'm not gonna say the pandemic has ended, but there's a lot more stuff open. And you know, Dana is a musician. Dana is all about making his money. He got to catch up from all the stuff he couldn't do in 2020 and early 2021. So Tuesday night, you might just be here with me, but it's all good because we're gonna have a good time anyway. So as you are here, as you are logging in, as you are joining the show, let's get into it. I got a lot of topics to cover. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to unpack and dissect. What's up, Jen? How you doing? Quenisha, how you doing? Cousin Keisha, what's good, fam? What's good, fam? So go ahead and like, share, invite all your people, family, friends, cousins, and loved ones into this episode of the Dante Show. So listen, this is your first time watching. Welcome to the show. If it's not, welcome back to the show. But make sure to follow the Dante Show on YouTube. Go on over to YouTube and go to youtube.com// Dante Morrison. Click that subscribe button and become a part of the village. All right. It will cost you absolutely nothing. And like Dana is always saying, you get that JCPenney catalog, that Spiegel catalog, the International Mail catalog. Go ahead and subscribe to the Dante Show and be a part of the village. Donisha's over there on YouTube. Thanks for always being a loyal watcher, a loyal supporter, a loyal fan of the show. So y'all ready to get up into it? Hey, Auntie Weezy. Auntie Weezy, I brought something to you last Sunday, but you wasn't at the church house. So I'll get into that later. What's up, Kyrie Sinaj? So listen, if you missed last night's show was a riot. It was a huge, we did the Black experience. So we talked about all the stuff growing up Black and stuff that's specific to Black communities. And we closed it out with the iconic street light. Everybody knew what the street light meant. The street light is all about get your tail up in the house. Get in the house when street lights come on, all right? But tonight, I'm going to unpack some other hot topics and we're going to talk about it. We're going to dissect it. All right. Then we're going to have our commercial break, just a little close-up conversation, and then y'all going to enjoy y'all tacos. I'm going to enjoy my tacos. Y'all enjoy y'all libation. I'm going to enjoy water because I'm Christian and I'm saved and I don't drink. Hallelujah. Amen. All right, so let's get into it. Here we go. So I got some items with the help of my production crew that we're going to unpack on tonight. We're going to talk about it. So the first one on the docket, I sound like Thais, huh? On the docket for tonight, I'm not sure if y'all heard about this, but you all know, of course, Colin Powell passed away on yesterday. He passed away. He succumbed to COVID-19. But in typical fashion, our former president, number 45, has something to say about the late, great Colin Powell. He went to, he didn't go to social media, but he made a comment that made it across the airwaves, and it was reported on, I believe it was Fox News, but I'm gonna let you know what this idiot said. This is what this idiot said. This is what Donald Trump said about Colin Powell. He said, wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. What, death? Me too. He was a classic rhino. Not sure what that means, but if even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans, he made plenty of mistakes. But anyway, may he rest in peace. Are you serious? Are you serious? So this was said by the guy that we refuse Right, exactly. Exactly. Girl, are you serious? That's what we gonna do? That's what we gonna do. This is what was said by the person that we refuse to impeach. And because we refuse to impeach, guess what? He can run again. He can run again. He's gonna run again. And he is now fighting Twitter to get back on Twitter because he feels like he's being silenced. All right. So I don't know how many of y'all out there are still Trump supporters. Y'all still rock with that dude. But this is what he said about the first black, in so many different aspects, Colin Powell. This is what he said the day after the man passed away. All right. And this is why he was not invited to so many funerals by so many politicians. They don't want him there. Dude, we don't like you. Yes, Pam, I agree with you. He is a POS, and you guys know what that means. But the gag is this. Peep this. So I was in Puerto Vallarta, let's say, last week, a week and a half ago, I was in Puerto Vallarta. I went on a trip with about 40 or so black gay men. Wonderful time, wonderful time. So we're in the pool and we splishing and splashing all this. Well, one guy that traveled with us had the unmitigated gall. This is a black gay man, had the nerve to say, we need to get Trump back on the ballot. Now imagine seeing somebody, throw a bloody steak into a pool of sharks. When he said that, it was like a silence. It was a hush over the pool. And we all kind of looked like, did you really just say that Trump needs to still remain on the ballot, or let's get him back on the ballot? Right. I was like, yo, man, you got to be kidding me. A, you're black. A, you're gay. Two right there, that's a double minority, and you have the nerve to still be riding and supporting for this dude. But that lets you know, Kyrie, in the words of you, yes, COON, dun 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 dun, cool. So it's exactly what that was. And I sat there in the water like, wow. And that's amazing to me. But it's also not surprising. It's not surprising because there are still so many closet supporters out there that really will not say what they want to say, publicly because they fear the backlash. But say it with your whole chest. If this is who you support, this is who you rock with, say it. Let me know who I'm in the pool next to. Let me know who I'm splashing by. Let me know what your intentions and your motives are. All right. So that was the top of the hour, the top of the docket. So let's get on to the next one. So peep this. So we all know that I'm not going to say that churches are all about the money and churches love making money, but most churches are all about the money and churches love making money. So Kandi Burruss, we all know Kandi Burruss of the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Escape and songwriter extraordinaire. We all know that Kandi Burruss is Kandi a billionaire yet? Probably not yet, but Kandi is well on her way to becoming a billionaire, I believe. So Kandi was in LA and Kandi hosted a Candy Coated Nights party. And Kandi, hey Ife, and Candy Coated Nights is sex toys. So Kandi Burruss owns her very own sex toy line. All right. So she had a sex toy party selling her sex toy line and all that. Now, after the party was over, Kandi donated a lot of the proceeds to a local church. Okay. Kandi donated her proceeds to a local church. Now, the church, the pastor took the coinage, took it on in. He racked it up. He swept it up. But then the parishioners got mad at the pastor and was like, we don't want that money. We don't want that money from whatever she is selling and all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but green is green. That's how I look at it. And I'm like, I don't know where half of the money in my wallet came from. I don't know who the money was with, who the money was next to, how the money came into existence or came to be. But if you are a church, you don't know who's in the congregation. You don't know who is dropping what in that tithe and offering basket. But now that you know that the money came from Kandi Burruss's sex toy party, you don't want the money and you are offended and you all in your bag about it. So let me know, Village, what do y'all think about that? Did the church miss an opportunity to be blessed? Are they being petty? You know, are they just targeting Candy because what Candy did? So help me understand. So Sharif, exactly, from the strip club, I don't know where that money came from. Y'all don't know where the money I make, where it all come from. Y'all just assuming I got a 9 to 5 every single day, but I could be making money from doing all kind of shenanigans. I'm not, glory be to God. But if I was, and I'm paying my tithes and offerings off of that money, why would you say, yo, we don't want that? We don't want that. Kyrie, I agree. They're being stupid. Why would you turn down an opportunity to get blessed, to be blessed, to build that youth annex, to buy computers for the kids, to upgrade the carpet, to get a better platform, to fix the sound system in the church? You know, that money could really go to doing some good, you know. But then it reminds me of the movie Jason's Lyric. Remember Jason's Lyric? When Bokeem Woodbine's character, you know, he started selling drugs after jail, and then he had bought that big old roast for his mama, and he made dinner for his mama and Alan Payne. You know, who played the mama? I forgot. Oh, what was the name of the mama? God, oh shoot. And Suzanne Douglas. So Suzanne Douglas played the mama. And they came home from church, you know, Pastor preached a good sermon, and he came out, he had the roast, and he had the carrots and the potatoes, he had the mashed potatoes, he had all this stuff, and he stood back. And he was happy about it. He was proud because he was able to sow back into the family. Regardless of how he made the money, he wanted his mama to smile. And then what did she do? She picked up that good roast. She picked up them potatoes. She picked up all that stuff, started throwing the trash, just throwing the trash. And he's like, Mama, what you doing? Devil money. I don't want that devil money in this house. You know, I don't want that in this house, yada, 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 yada. So to all the, listen, Thais said it right. Money is money. That's what Daddy Rich said in Car Wash. You know, Daddy Rich and the Pointer Sisters in Car Wash pulled up in that limousine, you know, and they sung about, whole song about it. So I don't understand why people get all in their feelings about where the money came from. And I know we may speculate, we may look a certain kind of way like, well, I don't want the money if it's dirty. I don't want the money if it's this or if it's that. But at the end of the day, if you got a bill due, okay, if you got a bill due and your man or your woman say, I'm about to go out and handle this. If your mortgage is due and they are saying, if you don't pay by tomorrow, you're going to be homeless the day after. And your boo thing say, I'm about to go get this coin. I'm about to go do what needs to be done to make sure that we still have a roof over our head. And they go out and they come back and they pay that bill, all the bills, and they still give you some pocket change to go get a new Michael Kors bag. Are you really gonna be sitting there questioning like, well, this is dirty money and I don't want. Right, you better believe in something. Why not believe in me? Why don't you let the Wilson sisters set you free? I'm just saying. So you gotta think about it. So in this instance, they did not want the candy coated Knights money because it came from selling sex toys, despite the fact that I'm sure a lot of persons in that church use sex toys. Hello, can we call a thing a thing? You know, so you frown upon something that you have in your nightstand. You know, you frown upon something. Are you mad because Candy didn't invite you to the party? Are you upset because you didn't get to go get the retail shopping that you want to get? Why are you so upset that she donated and sowed a seed into your institution, you know, based upon her business? I'm just confused. I'm just baffled. I'm baffled. But let's see. Right. Come on, Kwame. God turns everything around for the good. And that blessing is a blessing. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right. So then next up we got Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving, and you guys probably all know about this. So Kyrie Irving is Mr. Anti-Vax. He doesn't want to get vaccinated. And his whole thing, he got a whole platform about it. He is really talking about, I'm not going to get vaccinated. It is my prerogative. I'm doing what's best for my body. So I got some audience members here right now that I want to get their opinion. So Jarrell, you want to come around here? Come around here, Jarrell. So I got Jarrell Patterson here with me. All right. So Jarrell, Kyrie Irving does not want to get vaccinated. Okay. So because of that, he is not allowed to play basketball. You know, so should he get some kind of waiver or pass because he's doing what's best for what he feels his body is?
Why is it mandated they have to get it? Why should it be mandated everybody have to get it? You don't have to get every vaccine that's out there.
I mean, I'm with that. I'm with that. But right now, in the midst of a pandemic, do you think that it's only safe and fair that he gets vaccinated for the safety of the other team members?
But how do you know it's safe down the line?
We don't know.
That's the problem.
We don't know.
Until you have more facts. It's everybody's personal choice.
I agree. But what if you got players on the team that's like, I'm vaccinated. I got to go home with my wife and my kids and all this kind of stuff. And this brother is out there doing all kind of reckless abandon. And he may come back and bring something that could cause harm to my family.
But just because you got the vaccine don't mean you're not going to be able to carry it. There NFL players have been vaccinated that had it twice.
No, I agree. I agree, and I love that we bouncing this off, folks, because it has become this whole vax versus anti-vax type conversation. Now, Kyrie Irving, he doesn't want to get vaccinated. I don't think that should affect his bag.
I agree.
I think that if you don't want to get vaccinated, you still should get paid.
Exactly.
Now he shouldn't get cut off, but it's becoming more and more common for athletes, coaches, and whatever, for the unvaxxed to lose their jobs, to lose salaries, to lose endorsements or whatever. What do you think about that?
Well, we just had a great teacher that actually was a great teacher for both of my kids lose his job because he wouldn't get vaccinated. LAUSD.
Wow.
And they're already short teachers.
Yeah.
So now you're even cutting off more teachers because they're not vaccinated.
And then the kids end up losing out on that.
They're suffering. Right. They're already behind for being out of school, being on homeschool. So now you're taking away, now you're going to be putting 50, 60 kids in the classroom.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
And it kind of ties into the fact that's like, well, how should we do this? When we think about sports teams and all that kind of stuff, what's the best way to make sure that they are playing safely?
Well, the sports team have the strictest protocol. NFL, they come with these bracelets.
Okay.
If we're sitting here and you test up positive, it alerts that I was next to you within 6 feet. So now I get alerted.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did y'all know that? Say that again.
Yeah, the NFL had bracelets where if everybody's in the room, if all of us are here and one person tests positive, it traces everybody that was in this room and puts us all in quarantine.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah. Why can't they do that with teachers or whoever?
I never heard that. That must be some high end.
That was the first thing they put into effect once they went back to the NFL season last year.
Okay. So can we get them kind of little sensors for everybody?
That's what I'm saying. Or everybody's tested. If you test negative, their teachers are tested every week. Students are tested every week. Right. So if they're constantly testing negative, they're okay.
Did you guys know about that? I had never knew that. I had never knew there was a bracelet out there that lets you know someone's status or whatnot. And as a result of that, now we all got to shut this all down. I had no idea. I had never heard of that. Had y'all heard of that? Village. Anybody in the village heard of that? Anybody in the audience heard of that? No. So you just educated that. Is that public knowledge?
Yeah. So I learned about it through following NFL protocols, and I referee high school sports. So that was one of the things that I had to pay attention to because I'm going back out there on the field. So I need to know, okay, what are the protocols?
Wow.
We didn't have the bracelets, but they had the bracelets for the NFL.
That's okay. That's good to know. That's really good to know. So then what do you think about, wasn't it a baseball player that falsified a vaccination card?
Hockey player.
What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, you're dealing with a multi-billion-dollar organization. You're going to give a false card. Common sense.
Right. So he wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer from the gate.
No. He wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't.
And for those of y'all out there with these falsified COVID cards, for one, some of y'all are making these cards and they look fake because the real COVID card is front and back.
Yep.
Some of y'all got these COVID vaccine cards and you only got the front of it printed, so the back is completely blank.
Yep.
So that right there is a true indicator that your COVID vaccination card is completely false. It's fabricated. It's a dude in Hawaii right now serving federal time for making and selling fake COVID vaccination cards. He is in jail right now at this moment, not watching the Donta show because he was making COVID cards, COVID vaccine cards and selling them. So y'all out there going over down the Santee Alley to get you a COVID vaccine card, going over to the jungle to find a dude that's making these COVID cards, y'all better cut that out because there is a way to see if these cards are legit. I'm assuming they're gonna make it even better because right now the COVID cards, they really are easy to replicate. You know, and I know in the beginning they're like library cards now.
Yep.
But I think they're going to get more technologically savvy because basically once you get the vaccine, you are in a system. You're in a populated system. So wherever you got the vaccine, it is in a database. All right. Now, if it gets to the point where they do give us these bracelets or the mark of the beast on your neck, where they got a barcode you to see if you're vaccinated, you know, it is going to be a database is going to let everyone know who is vaccinated and who is not. So you can no longer lie about that. So I'm just saying, but you're right. $1 billion industry, and then you're gonna go ahead and make a fake card, and then you're gonna shimmy on down to the ice and start playing hockey. That was done from the gate. So, all right. So I want to flip something real quick since you're here, and so Jarrell is a sports dude. Where's Colin Kaepernick, and why have we not? What's going on? Did he ruin his career by standing up for us?
Yes, he did, and that's part of the emails that got John Gruden fired. All of that was tied together into the Washington Redskins investigation, and they found all this other stuff. They had the misogynistic, the racist comments, all those comments, the anti-LGBTQ. That was all between owners, not just John Gruden, the owner of the Washington Redskins. The console that is supposedly watching the NFL was buddies with him, and he sent them an email back and said, "Oh, don't worry about that $15,000 fine for something they did," and they got wiped out a week later.
Wow.
So that's why they're fighting not to have all those emails come out, because then it exposes we're supposed to be ending racism, doing all this for the black community, but behind the lines, you got people like John Gruden, everybody talking the same stuff. It was some real bad comments about Kaepernick in the emails.
So, but I mean, because like okay, so Kyrie just said they knew they were racist before the emails.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I guess right now the emails are proving that they're racist. So did Colin win?
Well, yes and no. He got a private settlement that they did an NDA on that they don't discuss how much he got paid. Nobody knows how much he got paid, but still, it took away from his livelihood. He lost his career, many endorsements, and other things he was doing for the community. He could have kept. He could probably did more with his status as an NFL quarterback and possibly a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
And then it makes you wonder. So how many of y'all watching, you know, would really give up doing something you love for the sake of community and your people? Right. You know, Colin was, I mean, he wasn't a bad ball player. You know, Colin was a solid ball player, but for the sake of the community, for the sake of social justice, for the sake of awareness, he sacrificed. So how many of y'all on here would really give up what you love doing? What you love doing for the sake of civil rights, for the sake of, for just to advance your people and to bring awareness about racism, social injustice, all that kind of stuff. Right. How many of y'all would actually do that? Because I feel bad that it seemed like Colin Kaepernick was a soundbite for a moment. You know, I mean, everybody was on the fist up, take a knee, on that train, boycott the NFL and all this kind of stuff. But then over time, where's Colin? You know, I mean, he's doing magazine covers. He looks phenomenal, but it's like, is he happy? Is he really happy? Does he regret the decision? Does he feel like we just left him? You know, because I'll be like, well, where y'all at now? 2 years ago, I said take a knee, and y'all stopped watching football for 2 games. And then after that, I was just like, Colin, you got a point, but I ain't giving up, you know, my Cowboys and my Broncos and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. So let me see. Joseph said, I would definitely do it. I was suspended for protesting when I went back to college. Okay, I love that. Kyrie said, I would if I had his bank account. Money does play a huge part in what you can sacrifice, what you can give up. I mean, if you live in check to check, keep your job, you know, stand up. Right. You know, but if you got the money where you can kind of sacrifice some things, then yeah, go for it. Kwame said, but I need our community to do better. I'm in an intersection. I agree. We should not have put all the weight on Colin's shoulders. You know, Colin did it. He got the momentum going. And then we sat back and said, well, Colin, you keep doing it. You know, you got this, bro. We behind you, bro, way back behind you. And I think he should not have had to been the martyr for something that we already know was messed up for centuries. We've been on America is raggedy for centuries, racist for centuries. And it's sad that in 2021, we are still arguing about taking a knee and protesting of what is right. We know what's right, what is wrong, but we still don't have that. All right. Yep. Want anything else, Drew, if I get to my next subject?
Well, go along with that too. It's now more prevalent. It's back out in the open again with the past Congress and government that we just had. So now everybody feels they can say and do whatever they want because he said he did whatever he wants. So it's like, okay, he did it, I can do it.
I agree.
And we need, as a people, we need to come together, and we don't have that camaraderie or that togetherness when it comes to fighting things like this. Everybody has their own agenda, and it's too many agendas out there. We just need to get on the same page and work together.
Right.
You can't fight everything at once. You got to take steps.
And I think that's also the problem. We got all these different things we want to try to combat, and we haven't had time to really unpack and put everything in the proper category. So it's like, I want to fight this, I want to fight this, I want to fight this, I want to fight this. So we get real scattered in our views and our opinions, and we got to find a way to just, let's knock this one thing out.
Yep.
Then we can get to the next thing. Let's knock this out. Then we can get to the next thing. So I think that's super important. But thinking about that, and this is a question I'm gonna ask. Where's Luana? Luana, come over here. I'm gonna ask Luana. Pull Luana on. Stay here, Jarrell. So it's something about when we talk about the power of influencers and what influencers can do and how influencers have their voice. So we have all these platforms. We got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all these social media platforms. And then we allow certain individuals, let's just say the Derek Jacksons of the world, to just speak whatever they want. And then it just takes off. Yep. It takes off until we find out that Derek Jackson and people like Derek Jackson is full of you know what. Yeah. Then we sit back. We have the Sean Kings, they get these platforms and they speak and speak and speak and speak until something comes out and you're like, oh, he had his own agenda too. Yep. So what can be done to hold these influencers accountable? And this is pastors too. We get all these pastors that get this voice and get these followers, and then we find out you just like the dude that you talking about around the corner. So what can we do? Luana, what do you think about these influencers?
I'm not sure what we can do about the influencers because it just seems like our youth are wrapped into that. And who do they have to look at or to guide them right now? Only the influencers. So it gives a wrong message when it comes to our youth and sometimes our adults as well. They still feed into that as well. So I'm kind of confused on how we are supposed to, grab a hold to this and bring it all together. I'm fathoming.
It's a lot. It's a bit overwhelming. Right. And even me being someone that has a show every week and all this kind of stuff, it gets cloudy. And I try to make sure that I stick to a certain script because I don't want to fall into that vortex, of just being popular because I talk about controversial stuff or I'm dragging somebody down. I try to make sure I'm just having healthy discourse and healthy dialogue and then really just unpack it. Like right now, when I talked about, let's solve this one problem, people are saying, well, I disagree. And that's fine because the only way we're going to come together is to sit at the same table and try to unpack all of this stuff to get an understanding.
And kind of be truthful about it.
Right.
Instead of just, putting on a facade and trying to be somebody that you're not. I think you get more respect of being who you really are.
Right. I agree, Drew.
Right. I agree. And it's just like when you're trying to pack up and move, you're trying to get everything packed up. If you do it a room at a time, organized, it gets done quicker. Yeah. But if you're just trying, I got to go to the kitchen, I got to do the bathroom, I got to do the bedroom.
Like Celie in The Color Purple, you just throwing stuff in the bag because you got to escape because you on a run.
You got to go.
When you unpack, now it's all messed up. Now it takes you longer to unpack it. Yeah. So attacking, we need real leaders. Right now, there's really back in the day, we had real strong leaders that really fought for stuff. And there are a few leaders, but they're not out there.
And the thing about it, when we think about leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther King Jr. was only a leader in the South. He wasn't really supported by all blacks,
right?
All blacks. So it's funny when I see black folks, MLK. Well, you do realize all black people did not rock with MLK. Right. All black people did not support that nonviolence. Nope. Folks on the West Coast was really like, God, they dealing with that down South. Well, just leave.
In the North, that was the same too because they didn't have all of that racism going on in the North. They did, but they wasn't really backing MLK at the time. Right. Like he said, it was more down South.
And then you had the Black Muslims who were an eye for an eye.
Right.
And then you had the Black Panthers and people like that.
Yeah.
Then you have the quiet ones, the ones saying nothing.
Right.
So it's really just like, we're not going to say nothing.
Right.
Cheryl just said, stop putting people on a pedestal. We need to teach our kids critical thinking skills and know that anybody who is always talking about something is usually involved in that thing. I think that's a great thing, Cheryl, but that really comes down to the parents getting involved as well. The parents have to also be abreast of what's going on. The parents have to be, knowledgeable of what's happening. And parents also need to monitor what their kids are watching.
That part, yes.
Because
Don't let Facebook and Instagram raise your
Yeah.
kids.
because sometimes we have parents that have no idea what their kids are tuned into on TikTok, Instagram, whose live they're watching, whose page they subscribe to. Parents are just detached as long as the kids are quiet. As long as the kid is quiet and not doing nothing. But sometimes I heard somebody say once that a quiet kid is suspect. It's like, why are the kids quiet? Why are the kids quiet? Something needs to happen. Let's go check on them kids. And sometimes y'all so focus on your kid being quiet that you're not really aware of what they're watching or what they're checking in on. So
let me ask this too. Do you think that there should be an age limit of for the kids to have like a cell phone or to be able to have an Instagram or YouTube or a TikTok account? Do you think that there's an age limit to that?
Well, I know you're supposed to be over 12 or something to have an Instagram, Facebook account, I think. Drew?
That I don't know, but as a parent, it's each individual parent's choice. Mine have it, but we monitor what they're watching.
Good. Yeah.
So I need to know who they're talking to,
Right.
who's sending them messages.
Right.
Yeah.
Because just as a parent, I just need to know who's around.
Because if your kid is 12 and they got 5,000 friends, you need to be raising an eyebrow. If your kid is young and they got 5,000, 2,000 friends, it's like, yo, something going on. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with part 2 of the Donta Show.
Hey.
Welcome back to the second half of the Donta Show. So, I am solo bolo, but I'm out on location. I'm trying to get some things to happen while I'm here, but I don't know if it's going to come out in time. But whatever the case, if it does happen, y'all will be surprised. If not, sorry. So next up on the agenda is, I think, Queens. The TV show Queens airs tonight. That's the show with Brandy and Eve. And for those that did not know, Eve is pregnant. Congratulations to Eve. Eve is pregnant, and I believe that her pregnancy is a really big thing because she could not get pregnant for quite some time. Based upon what my resources have shared with me, she had fibroids, and we all know that for Black women, fibroids is huge. Fibroids is huge. Fibroids is not talked about, and Eve had 13. Eve had 13 fibroids, and I can only imagine what kind of complications that caused. But what that does let us know is that regardless of how much money you got, how famous you are, your body is still your body. And Eve is a Black woman. So she was dealing with fibroids, and she had those fibroids removed. And thanks to a phenomenal medical team, she was able to get pregnant. So right now, Eve is pregnant. We congratulate her. What's up, Dana Dane? And right now, we congratulate her. We celebrate her. And we're also looking forward to seeing what Queens is all about. Queens is starring Eve and Brandy and 2 other girls. Natari from Power, and then there's a Latina. There's a Latina that's on there. I forgot her name. It escapes me. Her name escapes me. How about that? So Kyrie Sinaj watched it, and he said Queens was really good. So if Kyrie says it's good, then that means it's good. It's not for the faint of heart. So check it out. And I do believe they released a video that talked about it. Not a video, a music video that was starring Brandy and Eve and the Latina and Naturi Naughton that really just highlighted and got the fire. So we're happy for them and happy for Eve. All right, next up we got On the docket. We talked about that. Oh, okay. Our question of the day, and this is we're gonna light on up. Yeah, Nadine. Her name is Nadine. Nadine. Yay, Nadine. So our question of the day, and this is gonna be a question. I'm gonna see where my hip hop heads is at, where my rap aficionados is at. So Kwame, did you type it out? I'm not sure. Did you type it out, or should I take? Oh, there we go. You know, Kwame is a beast, and Kwame does it in the 9th hour. What was the first hip hop song you learned the words to? Now, if you go back to the movie Brown Sugar, this is something they did in the movie Brown Sugar when they talked about hip hop and all that kind of stuff. And she was like, "Yo, what do you like?" So the question of the day is, what was the first hip hop song you learned the words to? Let's see what y'all got. What about you, LaWanda? What's your first hip hop song?
Lord have mercy, I need you to come here. I can't remember.
And sadly, I would say mine was either I learned the words to Houdini, One Love, and I had knew the words to Salt and Pepper, I'll Take Your Man. Don't ask me why, but I did know the words to Salt and Pepper, I'll Take Your Man verbatim from the beginning all the way to the end. So Sean Degree said, I need love. When I was alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call. That's all I know about that. That's all I know. Yeah, that's it. LL Cool J. I need love. From the L to the O to the V to the E. One love, one love. You're lucky just to have just one love. Rappers delight, a hip hop, a hibbit to the hip hop, you don't stop a rocking to the bang bang boogie, said up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the bee.
There you go.
Now I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello to the red, to the black, the yellow, and the brown. Some, yellow. Right. We got that. So I said Supersonic. Kiana, Supersonic doesn't count because Supersonic they didn't have no words. It was some lama. Hey.
It's alidocious.
Well, you gotta say with your whole chest, with a stank attitude, with a long ponytail. Walt B, how you gonna say Salt and Pepper Shoot? Shoot came out when you was at least 30. So therefore, if you saying Shoot, I forgot Walt B was saved his whole life. Walt B grew up apostolic. Walt B couldn't listen to hip hop or nothing. So therefore, he never knew music. All he knew was Albertina Walker and whatnot. So when he got old enough to listen to it on his own, the first thing he heard was Shoot. And it's like, wow, are you serious? So Kiana stayed up. So listen, earlier today, I did a talk with Kiana Shaw. Kiana Shaw is really passionate about making sure our young girls really learn about sexual health, hygiene, all that kind of stuff. We did a talk earlier today talking about, to mothers about how do you have conversations with your daughters about sex. And I'm not going to share the entire conversation, but Kiana does have it. Kiana, if you can share the page where folks can go and check out the conversation or a link to the Zoom or whatever. But it was a really in-depth conversation because my thing, when it comes to talking to your kids about sex, you want to talk to your kids about sex from a very healthy space. Okay? Some of you adults are still sexually traumatized about your first experience or your second experience. So when you talk to your kids, don't you do it, you're gonna hate it, yada, yada, yada. Well, just because Raheem did not bring you flowers and candy on your first time does not mean your daughter's first time is going to be just catastrophic. And I know that some of us really have those traumas about sex, our first sexual experience, and we're not comfortable talking to our kids about it. But we also got to realize that our kids are being exposed to sex, human sexuality at a very early age nowadays. They have access to so much in so many ways to just look at it. And it's just like, wow, are you serious? What the kids know now is kind of scary. It's kind of nerve-wracking. And it makes you stop and question, how do you know so much? What happened? But that's what it is. So Kiana, please share the link so people can look at that and just check it out. I don't know how old you were when you first learned about sex. And please keep answering the first hip hop song you learned to. I don't know how old you were when you first really learned about sex or got curious about sex. But at a young age, were you comfortable going to your parents to talk about it? Did you feel safe going to your mama or your dad and saying, yo, I got these urges? Or did you confide in your peer? Was you in the 5th grade talking to another 5th grader trying to figure out the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts of sex? Which one was it? Because I know that can be very difficult. And parents, are you honestly ready to have conversations with your kids about sex? Or do you want your kids to wait until they're a certain age to talk to you about it? So chime in, Village. How old were you when you really start having conversations with your parents about sex? For me, to this day, I still have not. My mother thinks I'm a virgin. Period, point blank. Because I don't talk to my mama about sex. We don't discuss it. We've never sat down. We don't chew the fat about it, you know, but but I personally have never had that conversation. So as far as Stephanie Marie Brown is concerned, I am innocent, untouched, pure as the driven snow, white. Period. So let me see. We got Kyrie said his mama bought a book when he was 8. You know, bought a book when he was 8. Okay. I want to know what book was that? With the Victoria's Secret catalog? What book? Did she just throw it on your bed and say, look at this? Do you like this? Yes or no? And then y'all move forward afterwards. You know, it's like Quincy said, never. Never. You know, Lavelle, thank you, Lavelle. Thank you. Pure. I don't do all that. Joseph said, not my parents, but my grandparents with all of my aunts, uncles, and cousins. I was like 12 or 13. Okay. I think I did talk about it with my grandmother gave me a book when I was like 10, and it was called My Body, Our Body, Ourselves. And it had all the pictures, all the images, all the proper terminology. And she said, go read this book. You got questions, let me know. Of course, I didn't go ask no questions. I read the book, and the pictures said it all. I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm looking at myself. Look at the pictures, looking at myself. Look at the pictures, then go to school and look at Sharon. And like, oh, that's what Sharon got. Oh, Sharon, what's good? What's good, Sharon? You know, so that was me. That was me until I got a little older and I realized, oh, I don't like Sharon. Sharon, cute shoes, Sharon. But you're not in this book I'm reading, you know. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Kiana said, I was 5 when I asked my dad how babies are made. He said he needed to research it and then came home with the whole damn library the next day. Ha! At 5 years old, your pop said, yo, I don't know where they came from, but I'll be right back. Here, read this. Sean said she had that book, Our Bodies, Ourselves, Our Bodies, Ourselves. I'm telling you, it was all that, you know. And then let me see, it was a book on how boys and girls' bodies are and how babies were made. Yes. And then how babies were made, I still was confused about it. I still didn't understand it until I saw a video. And I realized, oh, so that's how babies were made. Yes, the video was porn. And I said, oh, I put 2 and 2 together. And that was in the 9th grade. I walked into my friend's house and he was watching porn. And I said, what's going on? Head tilting. And I'm looking. And you know, back in the day, y'all remember this, back in the day, porn had a soundtrack. You know, so it had a whole beat. It had a whole, you know, it had music. It had sound effects. It had all kind of stuff. So I'm looking like, oh, that's how babies are made. But what's that sound? Why does it have noise? What's going on? And it was, and you know, let's just go there. You know, back in the 70s, 80s, porn had a storyline. It had a storyline. So you got to really watch a movie that actually had intimate moments within the movie. Nowadays, from what I hear, porn is totally different. There's no storyline. It's just lights, action, bam. So when you think about what kids are watching nowadays, they're watching lights, camera, bam. And there's a huge difference between sex and intimacy. All right. Now, I'm not saying porn really teaches about intimacy, but that storyline lets you know, okay, there is at least some dialogue that occurs before the act. There's at least some engagement that occurs before the act. But right now, there's nothing. So there's nothing romantic. There's nothing intimate. It's just sex. And I think right now, unfortunately, that's why parents need to really get involved, because our kids are sneaking on this handy-dandy device. And they're able to click on anything and they're bam, right there in the moment of how babies are made. So their idea and their concept and their notion of what sex is all about is really skewed and it's really twisted. So parents, I beseech thee to really get involved in your child's life and understand what your child is watching, what your child is logged into, what your child is engaging in, because you might save their life. I'm not talking about pregnancy. I'm not even talking about HIV and all that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about their life as an individual, because we all know that sex adds a lot of layers of confusion if you're not old enough to handle it. I'm a very sex positive person. I'm like, what you eat don't get me fat. But we need to teach our kids how to engage in all this from a very healthy mindset so they can truly understand and know what all comes with the joining of bodies, because them soul ties ain't no joke. Them soul ties ain't no joke. And your kid is 16, walking around. They've been tied to 11 people. You don't even know your son, daughter no more because they got every single person rolled up in there. And now you take them to church trying to pray it out of them. No, have a conversation with your kid. All right. So listen, right, Sean, it's distorted. It's distorted, right? Kiana, girl orders pizza, guy delivers pizza, they have sex, pizza never gets eaten. Matter of fact, the pizza box was empty. The pizza box was empty. And it, right, Sharitha, your kids are all grown. You did your due diligence. You did your due diligence. You can just sit back and say, yo, I did my part. But those of you that have younger kids, don't be scared to have what we would call it the talk. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it and make sure that you are educated enough so that your kid will not walk away wondering what's going on. So I'm at this thing and I would, carry my camera in so you can kind of just do a meet and greet and see everybody, but I don't want to be invasive of them. But if y'all want to see, where I am, I can take the camera and I can have everybody do a wave to the Donta Show audience, and then we can do it that way. So let me know if y'all want to see that. If y'all want to see where I'm at and see if I can get away. So Luana, is it packed in here? I was gonna walk my camera in there and let everybody just do a wave.
They're gonna watch that too.
And yeah, okay, hold on, y'all. Y'all want to go? All right, can y'all hear me? All right.
We're gonna do a toast for
All right. Hold on.
Deandra. Today is the year anniversary of her passing. We want to celebrate her as a family. A lot of us here who are not blood related, but we couldn't get no closer to them than we already are. So we share this moment with you, sharing with the Dixon, everybody connected. We just send a toast up to Deandra.
So for those that may not know, so a year ago, lost a very, very, very close friend. She passed away, and we're at the function honoring her memory, and we're here. Not sure if you got to see the whole room or the whole space, but we are here and we're honoring and we are recognizing. So we're just here. So everybody tell everybody we're live on my show.
And just for the record, I ain't hear everything, but let me tell you something. I do be monitoring the kids because these kids be having these on extra pages that they don't want to tell you about. It's like, oh, I can't. What's the name of the extra pages y'all be having that the parents don't know about on Snapchat and Instagram? Yeah, that goddamn account.
No, it's not. It's just we hide things.
There we go.
You didn't want to let me
Not only I got Marcus's back, so we're doing this.
I didn't know you were
So Marcus, where my folks? You're live right there. You're live. So there we go. Thank you, Marcus.
What is this?
I'm doing a show every week, man.
What's up, show?
Right. So let know who you are. This is Marcus.
My name is Marcus Anthony, Marquez, singer-songwriter.
Shut up.
Singer-songwriter extraordinaire.
Drug dealer, you know what I mean? Whatever you do, you know what I mean?
Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So I'm heading back to close out the show. So thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate it. I'm back. All right. So I am here Thank y'all for watching. So yeah, that was Marcus Anthony. Go on Instagram. You can follow Marcus on Instagram. You can follow Jamie Foxx on Instagram. So Jamie actually is releasing his new book. His new book, I think it comes out tomorrow. So we're here celebrating that. We're here celebrating quite a lot of stuff that's happening. But I want to come out here to show love, be with my family, my peoples, down here at Jamie's house. So here we are. And that's it. So we got LaJuan, we got Eddie, and we're about to have our Taco Tuesday and all that. So thank you, Village, for really being a part tonight. I love you. I mean it. I mean, I am here because I didn't want to not have another show because we do Monday and Tuesday. So make sure to check us out on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Subscribe to the Donta Show on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Like Dana always says, make sure to tell people that you love them because tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Make sure you tell folks that you love them, that you appreciate them, that you are glad they are here. Let them know. If there's somebody you need to call that's been on your heart, give them a call. If God is tapping you on the shoulder and say, yo, I need you to really reach out and do what you got to do, then do that. Eddie, come get in this camera. Tell him come get on this camera. Come to these folks out. You know, Kareem, come here. Kareem, come here. Come tell these folks how everybody here loves you, man. Hold on, I'm trying to get somebody real quick. Come get on this camera and tell y'all hi, because I'm just saying, you know, just the fact. Hold on, y'all. So do y'all watch All American? So listen, this is one of my favorite characters. You know, right here. What's up, y'all? So this is Kareem, y'all. So listen, if you ain't checked out All American, season 4 is about to start, right?
Monday,
Season 4 starts Monday the 25th. So y'all have not checked out All American. I binge watched it on Netflix because you got to watch this show. I was like, Mama, for real? Mama, you watch All American? She loves it. I love it. If y'all love All American, give a shout out for All American. And are you amped?
I'm super amped, man. I'm super excited. Everybody has a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah,
because of last season's cliffhanger. So
yeah,
Monday the 25th of October, you guys will get answers.
Good, because you close it out with a bang. You was
literally.
dirty. A bang pop.
Literally.
You was dirty. You was dirty.
So it's definitely going to be amazing. We're still working hard right now. So you guys, it's going to be big energy. It's going to be entertaining, and I can't wait for you guys to check it out.
Y'all got that, right? Yeah. So make sure to check out All American, make it happen, yo.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you earlier, but you was in the midst of all the fanfare.
Well, Eddie could have just came out and got me, but that's family. That's what it is. Family be like that.
That's it. Sean, thank you. All American Inspired. So y'all sit right here, and Monday is back. Monday is back. I hope the whole cast is back. Because the way you went out blazing, old dog. I
don't know. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. The cast is gonna be back.
You know what I mean? Y'all did it. But All American is all about street. So the Crenshaw area. So y'all, thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all next Monday. I will see y'all next Monday night. Take care. God bless.